from the Social Security Administration. There was $71 billion worth of fraud in one single fiscal year that we know about. And so that is a lot of fraud, Peter.
To be clear, that $71 billion was from 2015 to 2022, so it wasn't in just one year. And it was
$71 billion.
But it wasn't in one year, just over multiple years, from 2015 to 2022.
So are you defending $71 billion in fraud, Peter? That's a lot of money. Why is the media so against cutting waste, fraud, and abuse from the government? I don't get it.
I just want to ask a question.
We won't be deterred. We will not be deterred from people like you and the press.
You said something that wasn't true, which is you said that they have found before that they believe there have been tens of millions of people who were receiving money who are dead on the Social Security list. The same report that you referred to said that almost none of those individuals are receiving
Peter, did you watch the full clip of the interview that I did when I said that?
It,
and I said there are a lot of unanswered questions, and we suspect there could be tens of millions of people.
I'm saying the IG report
so you just said what I said is not true. In fact, it was true. That's a suspicion that this administration has, and we're committed to finding out the truth. It perplexes me and also infuriates me why the media continues to make excuses for our government spending billions and billions of dollars in wasteful money.
Right.
Maybe they don't mind, but I know there's millions of people watching that do mind, so we're going to keep doing what we're doing with Doge.
It was a pretty incredible exchange where it was like 71 billion has been spent on fraudulent payments, and he's like, oh, but that was over many years. Well,
does it matter?
Like, hello?
There's one report that showed $71 billion. What are you talking about?
Eyes on the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that's good. I'm glad to hear the NBC guys out. Good choice.
Sorry, Peter.
How do you prepare? Because you can't know everything, and you could get asked anything. And unlike Karine Jean-Pierre, you're not out there reading and furiously flipping through your tabs to try to find an answer somebody else has written for you. So how are you preparing?
So I did prepare a binder for the first briefing. My great assistant, Keegan, put it together. And then I showed up to work, and it was like this thick. And I was like, I can't even move this. I can't use this. It was too cumbersome for my brain and the way I learn and think and study to have that. It felt like added weight. And I said, I want to just go in there and speak from my mind and from my heart.
Like your boss.
Like my boss. And I've been working for my boss now on the campaign. I know the policies we're enacting. We've been talking about them for years. And in school, I was that way. Like studying, I would just read, highlight, memorize, articulate.
And then it goes off to the side.
Yeah.
And you talk.
Exactly. And so that's been my method of preparation.
No nerves?
The first briefing, I was certainly nervous. I think any human would, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
But it must have been cool, too, to get up there.
It was. Once I got up there, I realized, okay, I can do this.
I can do this.
I know what I need to know. And now I feel very, comfortable and confident, and I will never get complacent because I understand the weight of the responsibility on my shoulders speaking on behalf of the President of the United States. So I remain as prepared today as I was on that first day, and I hope that's true 4 years from now. And we have amazing people in that building who are so smart and know everything about every topic, and I rely on them. I call Stephen Miller or Mike Waltz's team or Kevin Hassett all the time, and I'm like, please explain this to me because I don't understand, but you do. So